Mic check, mic check. Half a day, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody watching football. Mic check, mic check. Half a day, everybody. Hello.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought to you by
Pacific Points, Do More, Get More, and Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
All right, here we are, streamers on YouTube and Facebook. I bet you think we didn't forget about you. We did not. This is Monday. There's football going on right now, so we are only streaming. This is the Hotspot. Here's what we are working on today.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the fresh Garden Bar.
Guam's Finest has made several arrests on multiple robberies. We'll also tell you about severe weather causing destruction and power outages internationally throughout the Caribbean area. Making spaces a reality with M80 Systems is coming up, and we'll tell you what's up with all the rain or not. We'll get our weekly weather forecast coming right up. But right off the top, guns, cash, and drugs are what the GPD found when arresting the men accused in connection to multiple armed robberies reported in recent weeks. The top brass at the police department spoke to Island Media on Friday, with Chief of Police Stephen Ignacio confirming how his detectives caught a break in the case.
Gas stations, convenience stores, and game rooms across the island, all targeted by nearly a handful of men who were looking to make a quick buck. Guam Police Chief Stephen Ignacio.
This is 7 robberies that we've closed right now.
Detectives catching a break after arresting 26-year-old Bob Kanata earlier this week in connection to the robberies at gas stations in Jigo and Huggett. Kanata allegedly confessing to authorities, naming his accomplices. 23-year-old Javik Chitaro, 24-year-old Brandon Flores, and 33-year-old C4 Kachura, each facing charges of robbery, burglary, and theft. Investigators tracking them down, finding a CO2 air pistol used in the robberies, more than $1,400 in cash, and about 2 grams of meth.
We have seen an uptick, but also we have seen a very fast response from the investigations in the Guam Police Department, from both the patrol level working alongside our criminal investigators to make sure we bring closure.
The trio, who are no stranger to law enforcement, also charged with illegal drug possession.
What we're seeing with these people that were arrested is methamphetamine, right? And so whether they're doing this because they have an addiction to meth or they need to support a drug habit, it's no secret that, we do have a problem that we're trying to address.
The police chief noting Chitaro, who's been up for deportation since April, took off his ankle monitor put on him by U.S. Immigrations. The 4 men are being held in the Department of Corrections prison.
Now, the chief also told KUAM News the community outreach office is working with the Guam Chamber of Commerce to address safety issues for local businesses. He adds you can contact GPD if you want them to assess how you can protect your workplace from criminals. 43-year-old Jesse Belen was arrested and charged with drug possession as well as having a vehicle without proper registration. On September 21st, Belen was driving a motorcycle which police confirmed was using a bad license plate. He allegedly told officers he placed the license plate on the motorcycle because there was not one when he bought it. He was also found with a glass pipe in his pocket that tested positive for meth. Belen had an active warrant on him for 2 cases, both which include drug possession and other charges. In eastern Canada, more than 500,000 people were left without power after Hurricane Fiona landed as a powerful post-tropical cyclone on Saturday. It's the same storm that hit Puerto Rico a week ago. Here's more.
When it slammed into Canada Saturday, Fiona was no longer a hurricane, but it still packed a punch. Storm surge swept homes into the sea and forced many families to evacuate.
There are hundreds of people displaced right now. So the first step that's occurring is emergency shelter for those residents who are without a home.
The storm washed out roads and toppled trees and power lines, leaving 80% of residents in Nova Scotia without electricity.
There are live wires on some of these poles. We do not need people out just cruising around the streets.
In the Caribbean, recovery is still underway after Fiona struck last week. A team of 75 state troopers from New Jersey headed to Puerto Rico Saturday to assist with relief efforts. More than half of the island is still without power. And now Tropical Storm Ian is gathering strength with Florida in its sights next week. Already, people are stocking up on bottled water, lining up for gas, and filling up sandbags.
Hoping that it doesn't happen, but I've been through several, so just trying to get prepared ahead of time.
The National Hurricane Center says Ian could strengthen into a major hurricane, threatening western Florida and the Panhandle by the middle of next week. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
The state's governor has expanded a state of emergency covering the entire state of Florida. He's also activated the National Guard. Tracking down criminals and keeping the judiciary safe is a mission for the Marshal Service here on Guam and across the nation. And recently, federal law enforcement agents got an up-close and personal meeting with the man in charge of the agency. Here's more with Nick Delgado.
An historic visit, U.S. Marshal Service Director Ronald Davis recently taking time to meet those serving under him in Guam and the CNMI. Davis, who was picked by President Joe Biden in April last year to lead the agency, was on island to participate in the Pacific Judicial Conference in Tumon.
It's historic for me as well. One is I want to thank the deputies and the administrative personnel for the Marshal Service. I want to thank them for an outstanding job. So any opportunity to meet with them personally, any opportunity to thank them personally, opportunities for them to, when we have a town hall meeting, to ask questions and find out where the agency is heading is a good opportunity.
Davis was sworn in as the 12th director of the Marshal Service a year ago, leading more than 5,000 operational and administrative employees. His trip also including a visit to meet his employees in Saipan. Davis previously served under the Obama administration as director of the Department of Justice Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services. He also was the executive director of the President's Task Force on 21st Century Policing in 2014, in charge of enhancing public safety and improving the community's trust in police. Davis says he stays in close contact with the lead of the U.S. Marshal Service for Guam and the NMI, Fernando Leon Guerrero Sablan.
He keeps me updated very well, and he's a strong advocate of just making sure that you're not isolated, making sure that the district has the resources that it requires, and just making sure that we are backing them. And right now, the issues, I think the Marshal in this district is doing a tremendous job addressing the issues. They work very closely with the judiciary, but we also have a mission to contribute with the local law enforcement to help keep the people on the island safe as well. And, the Marshal comes from Guam PD, so I think that relationship is very strong. The Marshal also knows that if they don't have enough resources, that he can give us a call at headquarters and we will provide additional support to back him.
Davis also chiming in on the recent capture of ex-Marine Raymond McLeod, who stands accused in the killing of Crystal Mitchell, a woman with ties to Guam. McLeod was found hiding in El Salvador. Davis then stating publicly, "It is our sincere hope that his capture brings some sense of relief to Mitchell's family, especially her mother, Josephine Wenzel, who has worked so diligently with law enforcement these past years to see the day justice arrives." While it was his first trip to the territory, Davis says it definitely won't be his last.
I'm just in all of the beauty and just the welcome, so I appreciate that, and I look forward to not only this visit, but coming back in the near future.
Nick Delgado, KUAM News.
We got about 50 minutes until lunchtime, everybody, and if you're like me, you've been up for a really long time so far watching football, so let's give you some bites until lunch. News bites, that is. See what we did there? We're smart here at KUAM. All right, we're going to tell you everything that's happening, and right off the bat, the Triple J Auto Group presented the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association with a Kia Seltos, supporting their kickoff for the annual Thanksgiving raffle. At the core of mission of the association is engaging in charitable fundraising activities to help the quality of healthcare at GMH. More than 70 volunteers from UOG and the Bank of Hawaii teamed up to combat soil erosion, led by the Guam Restoration of Watersheds Initiative under the UOG Sea Grant. In partnership with Guam Green Growth, volunteers planted 200 trees at the Ugam Restoration Site. And the Guam Regional Medical City, right here in Dedido, recently launched the Redcoats Ambassadors Program. As you enter the facility's lobby, you'll be greeted by friendly staff dressed in red coats, ready to provide you with assistance and guidance. They are customer relations and patient experience staff. And all last week, the 2022 Joint Annual District Court of Guam and Biennial Pacific Judicial Council Conference, that's the title, was held at the Dusatani Resort in Tuman. All right, time for our weekly question now, and we are asking something that I hope many of you have an opinion on, because we are asking kind of a paraphrasing of what the president said recently. Do you think the pandemic is over? And for that measure, do you think the public health emergency is over as well? I'm sure we're going to get a lot of comments on this one, both pro and con. So we are at KUM News on both Facebook and Instagram. Do you think the pandemic and public health emergency are over? Also, you can indicate if you do believe that you are woke. All right, time for our entertainment package. Let's get you up to speed on what's happening from Tinseltown in the world of high entertainment.
13 years after its smash global box office records, a newly remastered version of Avatar is coming to theaters today. The film focuses on a battle for natural resources between human colonists and the Blue Na'vi people on a moon called Pandora. The long-anticipated sequel, The Way of Water, features original cast members Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana.
This love story has evolved. We now have a family, and to be honest, to me, the movie is about protecting your family.
The original Avatar is the top-grossing film of all time with more than $2.8 billion in global ticket sales. The sequel, The Way of Water, is set for release in December. It's the first of 4 Avatar movies planned through the year 2028.
In my younger years, the idea of change scared me.
Kelsea Ballerini's new album, Subject to Change, features 15 songs. Many of the tracks are about love, despite Ballerini recently announcing her impending divorce after 5 years of marriage. One song features a collaboration with Kelly Clarkson and Carly Pearce. Subject to Change is released today. And the late David Bowie is honored on London's Music Walk of Fame with his own paving stone, joining The Who, Amy Winehouse, and other major British acts.
It's another landmark for his legacy, basically. Music, the films, the videos, and everything he did for the culture.
Bowie died of cancer in 2016, 2 days after his 69th birthday. The posthumous tribute came Thursday during a ceremony featuring Bowie's music playing in the background. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
All right, now I'm an old guy, so the only person I knew in that last segment was actually David Bowie. So, of course, rest in peace, Star Child. All right, it's a brand new week, meaning a brand new chance to win movie passes, courtesy of our friends at Tango Theaters. And this week's question, who stars in the film Don't Worry, Darling, who also has a career as a pop music superstar? You can Google this, but what I need you to do is send me the answer. Let me know who you think this is. Who stars in Don't Worry Darling, who has also had success in the music world? Email me, jason@KUAM.com, or you can DM us on Facebook or Instagram. Again, we're at KUAM News. Good luck, and we will ask this all week, and we will pick some winners at random on Friday. All right, now it is time where our friends at M80 Systems are making spaces a reality, and I'm going to talk to my friends Anthony and Jess, helping me find the ideal chair for my back. Here is a lesson in proper ergonomics.
Dance party.
Let's go.
When inspiration strikes, say yes with the new Priority Unlimited credit card from First Hawaiian Bank. Wherever you shop, whatever you're shopping for, you can earn 2% cash back on everything you buy. From small stuff to big stuff to stuff you want. A card that rewards you for every purchase and helps you stay connected to everything that matters.
Today, I'm Fiona from Doc's Kitty College.
And I'm Kristen from Doc's Daycare and Preschool.
And we are so honored to be caring for the children of Guam. The Governor's Child Care programs help businesses like ours to really focus on the kids. These programs also help nonprofits and after-school programs and grandparents and so many families.
Visit www.guamchildcare.com to learn more about the Governor's Child Care programs. This ad is paid for with funds administered by DPHSS.
Pacific Points is more rewarding with friends. From now until December 31st, get 300 bonus points for every friend you refer that signs up and earns points. Both you and your friends will enjoy awesome rewards like free Shell fuel, rebates on your IT&E bills, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. Plus, earn more points to upgrade your membership tier and enjoy even more exclusive rewards. Learn more at PacificPoints.com or download the app. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
What would Setlu do to protect Island Dono, also known as Coco's Island? Dono hosts many native animals that are no longer found in Guam. The koku, sali, slevin skink, and many other animals live among the native plants in Dono. Brown tree snakes, rodents, little fire ants, and pets can harm native wildlife. How can we keep these few remaining native animals safe on Dono? Inspect to protect. For departing for Dono, inspect boats and cargo for pests and signs of pests. Animal hairs, animal droppings, chewed wires, snake sheds. Use onboard bait stations, close entrances. Look for holes, pathways, and hiding places for pests to enter and hide in your vessel. Keep your vessel clean. Don't leave food out overnight. The Guam Department of Agriculture Division of Aquatic and Wildlife Resources urges everyone to join in the effort to protect Island Dono contra y Calepla. Challenge the snake.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Making spaces a reality with M80 Systems.
Day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. Now, what I haven't really told you guys on the air all these years is because I'm a little on the taller side, I'm about 6'3", over the normal course of the working day and everything, my back can get kind of sore. I write a lot of code, I use software stuff, so my posture isn't so great. So I need some help, and I basically want to trick out my office so that I can be more productive and be comfortable in doing so. So I have come to the people and the team that know this better than anybody else on the island. I'm in Barragata right now, M80 Systems. I'm going to go see my friends. Let's go check it out. Hey, Anthony. Man, good to see you again, man. It's been a while. I have really been looking forward to this because, I've got a couple back issues. My back could be, a little less stressed over the course of the business day. So, I'm all yours.
Okay, well, you come to the right place. We have some great options that can address all the issues that you just mentioned. Let me take you back to our showroom so we can show you.
All right, please. Lead the way. Hello, how are you? Very nice to see you.
I heard you were coming down.
Thank you for having me. This is fantastic. This really is a showroom, if ever there was one. And I know your corporate mantra, your logo, your mission is making spaces a reality, right? And I think for me, I need more space. You know, like I'm old school. I really naively believe that a cluttered desk is a busy desk.
Oh, you and Carlo are like best friends then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm from that generation, but I also do realize that there are new ways to do things, and you know, space, like really, like it clears the mind.
No, and you know, one thing that we appreciate about spaces is if you love the space that you're in, you're gonna love what you're doing. So, you know, it all kind of goes in hand. We have a lot of different options, but I know you're looking for something more in the seating realm today.
Yeah, my back's been bothering me, and just FYI, just about me, because my torso is so long, even though I can sit back, I have a tendency to lean forward when I think. Like I'll put my elbows up on my desk, even though that's considered, you know, like rude. I like side railings on chairs and everything. That's how I roll.
Let's look at a couple to begin with.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. We have convergence. Really
okay,
nice.
Kick the tires, literally.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of nice bells and whistles, but you know, for this, one thing we love about this is it's a 4-way mesh, right? So what you're looking at is something that's more breathable.
Okay, may I?
Yep.
Okay.
And then the great thing about this is right now you're looking at it, you know, and unfortunately your chair doesn't fit you, or that chair doesn't fit you.
You can already tell.
You can tell.
Okay.
One, you're too tall for it, for
Okay.
one. There's a couple things we need to do together. So if you come down and you go to your right side, go up and down. Okay? So I need to sit short because I'm short. You sit taller, so you need to sit up. So the great thing about this is it has a adjustable height and height option. This is already too short for you. Fit it to you.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay. And then the next thing you
I
want
can
to
pretend
do,
I'm a fine piece of art.
right?
The thinker.
And then the next thing I want you to do is pull out the sides over here, and it's also width adjustable. Got it? So
Oh, okay. So
Christmas
yeah.
after Christmas.
Free the fafa. You know that helps. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Okay.
And so
I never thought about that. I was always just used to, you know, and again, I think that adds to a certain level of stress during the day because I'm literally all bunched up together.
You know what I like to look at is when you look at seating, right? If you go into a car, Carlo and I we share the same car, so every time he has to get into my car, he comes up and he's like, he can't even fit into it because I'm so short. So I sit closer to the wheel, I sit very upright. He comes in, he has to press and adjust a seat to him. Just like that, you sit in your office chair for, gosh, 7, 8, 9 hours a day. You have to fit it to your form and fit, or else you're going to be uncomfortable. And so, you know, what I fit my chair would not be what you want to sit in. Because I'm shorter, you know, I like to lean forward. You know, my knees are closer. So one of the things you need to do is go onto this side, and you see that lever?
Yep.
Okay, if you push it up, and you slide up and down, so take the seat and just slide forward. I hold the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna, there we go. You feel the seat starting?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So what you want to do is for you want to bring it as front up as you can. Perfect. Okay, and now sit back. Okay. So what that does...
I can really feel the difference, Jess.
You know why?
I'm serious.
Because when you're a little bit taller, your legs are extended longer. You want to have a 90-degree angle when you sit for comfort.
You know, I've wondered, and like not until you actually pointed it out, and thank you so much, because I've wondered that I've kind of felt pressure on almost, I guess, what would be like my sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
The way I like sit now, you know, I'm kind of like slunked over like that.
Yeah,
and,
don't sit like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, oh God, my chiropractor's watching this right now. He's like, ooh, he's coming in. I'm gonna make a ton off him. But no, but having had you make that just slight adjustments, I breathe better. I think I can definitely think better, and I would be more positive in meetings.
Absolutely. And then one of the things, like my favorite feature of any chair is your lumbar support. So even with the chair that you're sitting in, you have an adjustable lumbar support, and that really helps the small of your back. So if you just go up and down on yours, adjust it where your small of the back is, and it gives you a little bit more of that back support, which is very important as you're sitting down throughout the day or you're sitting on any seat. You need that support to your lumbar.
Wow. I don't feel any pressure like on my back, my tailbone, my lumbar, like you said. Well, somebody give me a laptop. I want to write some code right now.
We're gonna start working now. But no, you know, the great thing about these chairs is there's so much features to it, from height adjustable, lumbar support, width and arm adjustments. That's convergence. This is something else. This is called ignition. Okay.
Ignition. Here we go.
This is Ignition 2.0. So this one is one of our faster selling chairs. Let me kind of just make this a little bit more Jason style. Okay. Go ahead and try this.
Okay.
Bring it up.
Wow,
And then Anthony, you want to share a little bit about ignition?
Sure. So, like Jessica mentioned, this is one of our more faster and more popular choices of chairs. One thing about our chair line is it does have some weight capacity rating. So the convergence that you just sat on is about up to 275. For the ignition, the weight capacity rating is 300 pounds. So it is a lot better for anyone who has a higher or a larger stature and body, but it is still very ergonomic friendly. And one of the better things that I like about it is, again, you can adjust the height to whatever that 90-degree angle presetting is. And of course, you can also, if you unlock here, you can still adjust your arms out. So just unlock there, unlock on this
And
side.
you know, when you and Jess, Anthony, actually like made those super tiny adjustments, I've always felt that, again, because I've had very bad posture, and it's probably my own fault, I feel absolutely no compunction to lean back or use the back of the chair. Now, I'm sitting like this, I feel like I can breathe more fluidly, like right now. And my back isn't tired like it would normally get. I mean, we've only been doing this for like 10 minutes and everything like that. I feel really good.
And then go ahead and sit back and kind of adjust your lumbar, right?
Okay.
Take it and then kind of adjust it. I'm shorter, so I probably go a little bit higher, right? And then if you just take that and push it down, find where it kind of supports your
Okay, can I ask one thing, Rick? I noticed that the cushion on this chair is a little bit more rigid. Maybe it's got a little less.
See, you can come and work at M80. You already can find the difference. So
all right, can I have an application? Let's not tell Marie. Okay, but I'm thinking, is this one almost like memory foamish?
It's a memory foam.
Okay, because I don't even know if this is anatomically possible, but I was sitting in that one and my butt was smiling.
You wanted to fall asleep, right? You're like, oh, am I supposed to be working or sleeping?
Yeah, but this one I said, like, I really feel like this one is really like propping me up, and this I truly feel that this one is actually encouraging me to have better posture.
Yeah, and so that one is the seat between the two. So that has a little bit. It kind of has the same features, but that has a memory foam bottom.
It is memory foam.
It's memory foam.
Ah.
See?
Okay.
That's what I said. You can come work here.
That's memory foam.
The great thing about this is when you do decide that you want to kind of tilt back, if you want to only tilt back at, let's say, a 60 degree, you can lock it and it'll stay at 60 degrees.
Okay.
You can tilt back, but it won't stay at 60 degrees. So this one you can tilt back and it can stay wherever you want it. The great thing about this, actually, one of my things that I do want to mention about this chair is actually 2 years in a row, Forbes had rated this the #1 office chair for both value and features.
Wow.
So 2 years in a row. We actually just got it that we ran second year last month.
That's also incredibly light. Right? I'm just sorry. I'm just a dork. I just wanted to see. I mean, I don't know.
So you can be an installer too. You can carry the chairs.
Is that possibly carbon fiber or something like that? Because I mean, that is nowhere near the weight I thought it was going to be, considering like how well it's anchored. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. And then
seriously, Anthony, is this carbon fiber?
It
very well
It
maybe.
actually has a metal base.
Wow.
Yeah, and so something
That's
like this,
some sort
like
of
I said,
polymer.
when the designers looked at it, if you can see, they think about everything from your back to the seat to the adjustments on the arms. This ignition chair can come in different options. So we also use a 4-way mesh on this as well. We like more of that breathability. It's hot on Guam, so you want more breathe through.
Yeah.
Or if not, then we also do it upholstered, right? Where it's just, you could have it one solid color. We keep this in stock in black just because that's kind of more the preferred choice. But we've ordered these in white, we've ordered these in greens, we've ordered these in blues and reds. So, the sky's the limit when it comes to how you want to make your chair.
So if I wanted to match maybe KUAM's colors or
if we wanted to do
my favorite pro sports team,
we can help with that.
My alma mater maybe.
Yes. So we do have convergence, we have ignition, great choices, really good chairs. These ones we do stock, but when we look at you, Jason,
oh, now we're breaking out Big Daddy.
This is the Jason chair. So this is what we call a big and tall. And Anthony, you want to kind of explain this one?
So the big and tall this is our endorsed line. So it is a little bit of grade above our ignition. So if you notice, we're kind of going in a hierarchy because people have probably different needs, different wants, different budgets, right? So we try to keep that into consideration for all our customers. So for the big and tall, like I said, maybe not the weight preference, but more so for the height of your stature, right? This is what we recommend.
This almost looks like something you'd find on an airplane.
Right? But try this on.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. And we always encourage anyone who's looking for a chair to come down to our showroom, try it out, right? You need to test drive it. If you're gonna sit on it 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, you wanna know that this is what you want in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we look at every office, you know, accessory we have, every office furniture, and we always say invest in your chair.
Okay, Jess, this feels like just sitting down on this. This has the cushioning of the memory foam based one, it feels like, but then it's also got the grip of ignition. I don't feel like I'm gonna slide off and, you know, go scooting right underneath my desk. Like, this is very comfortable.
And then same thing, you can adjust the widths, so you can go up high, low.
For this one, you can go up higher or low. So one of the recommendations we like to tell everyone is when you're adjusting your armrest, it also needs to be at a 90-degree angle. You don't realize it, but when you're typing and you need that extra support, you want to keep your wrist flexion parallel. That way you don't create any unnecessary strain. But with the big and tall...
Stay away from carpal tunnel syndrome, boys and girls. that is speaking of something that'll keep you out of work for a while. No joke.
So one of the differences with this chair is it actually has this 3D swivel, right? So you
Oh.
can actually bring it out. If you need to go that way, bring it back in. It doesn't necessarily expand the width because it's already built into the frame. So this is, like I said, perfect for people with higher stature or even a lot.
But I can actually pivot outward.
Yep.
That is
correct.
That is it. Okay, and real quick,
Do
can
you
we-
love this?
Yeah, can we? Oh, oh,
Don't take a nap now.
oh.
But it has that neck support. So if you're just kind of having meetings or you're sitting there for a while or you just have to sit back and you're like, okay, wait, we have to figure out what tomorrow's show is going to be like. And, you know, you just need to kind of rest your head a little bit. That's where we have the headrest.
Okay, guys, just for the headrest alone,
Done.
10 out of 10 recommend.
Done. Score.
This is fantastic. All right, Anthony.
You cutting the check?
Yes, we're cutting many checks. All right, Jess, thank you.
Well,
Thank
enjoy
you
your
very much.
chairs. So.
All right. Oh, okay.
Should we put it in the car now or
Oh,
get the
yes.
delivery out?
Yeah. Don't even wrap it.
So I told you it's a Jason chair, right?
We're gonna wheel them out.
Making spaces a reality with M80 Systems.
Hey now, $100 million. And I actually, here is the chair. Here is Big Daddy. You know, we're not just going out into the field and shooting something. We wanted to actually bring this chair in there, show you guys exactly what you can get from our friends at M80 Systems. Remember, they're in Barrigada. Check them out, M80 Systems on the web. Check them out on social media. They're really nice people. Anthony, Jess, thank you for your expertise. This is the thing. And again, oh, yeah, that headrest makes a world of difference. I feel comfortable, I feel productive, but you know what, we still got a show to do. So please stay tuned because when we come back, I'm talking to my friends at Docomo Pacific about their latest tech talk. That's right after this.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
There's epic, then there's ultra epic. Capture life in vivid resolution with Galaxy's most advanced camera system and the built-in S Pen that puts you in control. Every moment, every angle, from sunrise to sundown and beyond. More striking, more stunning than ever. Find the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra at your nearest iTunes store or online at ite.net and change the way you work and play.
As the Decision 2022 race shapes up, keep it with KUAM News for all the news you need to know as you head to the polls. From weekly candidate profile analysis on the hub on KUAM News HotSpot to our online candidate directory on KUAM.com, special features on KUAM Digital and KUAM News Primetime, plus live coverage of forums and debates. We're your one-stop source on every platform. Stay informed with KUAM News, your news leader, the voice of the Marianas.
Half a day. I'm Kelina from Doc's Kitty College.
And I'm Kristen from Doc's Daycare and Preschool.
And we are so honored to be caring for the children of Guam. The governor's child care programs help businesses like ours to really focus on the kids. These programs also help nonprofits and after-school programs and grandparents and so many families.
Visit www.guamchildcare.com to learn more about the governor's child care programs. This ad is paid for with funds administered by DPHSS.
Dance party.
Let's go.
When inspiration strikes, say yes with the new Priority Unlimited credit card from First Hawaiian Bank. Wherever you shop, whatever you're shopping for, you can earn 2% cash back on everything you buy. From small stuff to big stuff to stuff you want. A card that rewards you for every purchase and helps you stay connected to everything that matters.
Pacific Points is more rewarding with friends. From now until December 31st, get 300 bonus points for every friend you refer that signs up and earns points. Both you and your friends will enjoy awesome rewards like free Shell fuel, rebates on your IT&E bills, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. Plus, earn more points to upgrade your membership tier and enjoy even more exclusive rewards. Learn more at PacificPoints.com or download the app. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Our friends over at Docomo Pacific are offering a tech talk. It's one of a series of such technical presentations that they do, teaching you how you can get the most out of your technology investment for the business sector. You know, we're in the middle of an economic contraction. Most companies are thinking how you can better manage your technology budget. We have to spend on various ways of communication. So Docomo is showing you how to get the absolute best bang for your buck. And so we have Brian Borja, who's an enterprise brand manager over at Docomo Pacific, and Eloisa Hudson, the director of enterprise marketing. And I must say, I don't get the chance, guys, to interview people who are wearing like jackets the same time as me.
Wow.
But Eloisa, jackets plus the cross trainers, I love that look. That is amazing.
Yes. And leopard.
And leopard print. There you go. You know. Well, Brian, half a day.
Yes, half a day.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. It's been a while.
Yeah, and thank you guys for putting on this this presentation, because I know like a lot of businesses right now are thinking scale back, downsize, austerity periods and everything, like let's dial it down like a little bit. And you guys are here to show companies that they can do just that by maintaining their operational tempo as far as communications, working with vendors, partners, and whatnot, but you don't have to break the bank doing so.
Right. I think, you know, with COVID, everybody was trying to scale back, but it also brought about the fact that internet is such a necessity these days.
It's a utility now.
It's a utility.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks for saying that. It absolutely is a utility.
Sorry if I stole the words right out from your
mouth.
No,
not at all. Not at all. And so we're really excited because we've started this series of webinars. This is the second in the installment, and we're partnering with our business partner Plume and to bring this topic of how to take control of your network. And you know, our network is built on the internet, and so it's really geared not just for large businesses, but especially for small to medium-sized businesses who don't necessarily have the technology internally, who don't have the IT staff, and don't have that expertise. Yeah. Right.
And so, Brian, a lot of companies these days, over the last like 10 years, a lot of companies have moved to the cloud, and they're doing like a lot of stuff off-site. There are some companies, and many on Guam, that still do stuff on premises, or they have like a hybrid. That kind of stuff can get really, really hairy to manage.
Yes.
So how are you guys addressing those kind of concerns and those type of operations to kind of like streamline operations?
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually one of the key benefits of having managed Wi-Fi, is the ability to control your network, have that visibility, and increase security from anywhere. Plume, our business partner, is able to provide that to us. You're able to manage the network, you're able to control the security, and you can see different things that are happening, and you can work with us and our partners at Plume to manage or troubleshoot any issues that happen. Any time of the day. You don't have to be on site. It doesn't necessarily have to be hardwired. Everything is managed over the internet using their app and their services of suites.
Now, what particular services are we talking about? Because we can, you know, internet connectivity is why we go to you guys, because you guys are the best, right? So we go to you guys get us online, but then like Brian said, there are privacy concerns, there's security concerns. You know, you may be in that type of company where I don't want every single employee having access to potentially Netflix and Facebook and WhatsApp in the middle of the business day and everything. So how can you guys actually help people, given the wide range of scenarios and everything, really lock their networks down?
So the product that we're talking about is called WorkPass, and this is specifically for the enterprise business. And so it allows the IT departments, or if there's not an IT department, then also our engineers, take a look at who has access to certain areas. You can section off different types of accessibility. So let's say you're a coffee shop, for example, and you want to have Wi-Fi available to your customers. Then you can section those areas off and have the proper security too.
Yeah, so like say like a patron comes in, they may be getting on Google Docs because they're it's a student working on a paper, it's some entrepreneur working on like their business proposal or something like that. But then the back of house staff,
it's on a
you don't want them goofing off and doing social media all the time.
Right.
So it's like, okay, just operate our POS system and handle business.
Absolutely. You can customize the networks. For example, you can have one SSID for the visitors or for your guests or clients, and then one SSID or network for your internal planning. That's a little bit more secure. You can definitely add that customization feature when you use managed Wi-Fi, specifically using Plume's WorkPass.
Okay, I got to ask you guys, completely off topic, what's the weirdest SSID that you guys have ever seen? When you actually scan for available Wi-Fi networks, what's the craziest Wi-Fi network you've ever seen, the name you've ever seen?
Oh my gosh. I don't know, my husband comes up with some wacky ones himself, but.
Wow. Well, this is a family show, right? I know. The weirdest one I ever saw when I was staying in Tumon, I was living in this wonderful condo complex, and one person said, I make really, really good blueberry pancakes. Check me out. That was the name of the Wi-Fi network, and I was like,
nice. Okay.
I was like, well, I mean, that's good marketing points there.
Yeah. I've seen FBI surveillance, things like that.
That'll keep people out from joining your network.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
But this is what you guys do each and every day. You guys see this. I was using a real trivial example, but you guys see that kind of thing, day in and day out, and you're handling not, media companies like us, where our bandwidth, requirements are like through the roof, and then you're also dealing with like companies who have these big WANs, and they may say we've got partners in Hawaii, or they're wholesalers, or auto manufacturers.
Yeah, it's definitely a gamut.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we're inviting everybody to join us for our webinar on September 30th from 9 to 10 a.m. All you have to do is visit info.docomopacific.com/Tech Talks. Yeah, to check it out, register absolutely free, and we'll learn a little bit more about managed Wi-Fi and what Docomo Pacific can do for you to provide the perfect solution for any type of organization or business that needs that internet connectivity. You can really have that visibility into your network. You can control everything. You can be secure, and you can work safely, understanding that the solution that you've purchased or partnered with Docomo with is going to meet every need that you need beginning today into the future.
Okay, so Eloisa, now I'm curious about like what type of target audience are we looking specifically? Because are we thinking like this is only for people like at the C-suite, CTOs and chief operating officers, or can this even be engineering staff, MIT staff, tech managers and everything, and operational people?
Yeah, actually, I think that this product, this solution specifically, is more geared to small to medium businesses. We have larger enterprise solutions that do managed Wi-Fi, but specifically Plume WorkPass is for the small to medium sized business.
Cool. So these are people that don't necessarily think about technology and think about squeezing every every bit of speed out there and everything. They just want something that works, and then they're going to get back to their core competency and say, I've got customers waiting for me.
Exactly.
Okay, so because you said it's a webinar, Brian, what platform do they have to be on? Do they have to have a particular app running, or they have to be registered with a particular live streaming platform?
Yeah, it's actually one of Docomo's solutions called MaxUC, Max Unified Communications. We're using the feature called Max Meeting. It's very similar to Zoom. So all you have to do is just
that's your video call platform, right?
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just visit that URL, that website, register, and all the login information will be there for you. It's all web-based, so you just click and then you put in the passcode, and you'll be able to listen in on September 30th.
Okay.
This Friday.
And how long should it take? Because again, small businesses, probably more than most operations, they think like time is money. So is this going to be something that I'm going to be logging on and then all day long I'm in there, or is
Not
it
at all.
like get in and get out, and is there a Q&A period?
Not at all. It's going to be about 45 minutes for the actual webinar part.
Well, that's very doable.
Yeah, and then we save some time at the end for questions and answers. And then for those who can't join and have registered, we'll also have the recording available.
Very nice.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also one key benefit to actually attending. Everyone who actually attends the webinar on Friday from 9 to 10 will be entered to win a $100 gift certificate from Docomo Pacific.
Yep.
Wow.
You'll also be
I was just thinking I get a free keychain or a shirt.
No.
100. I'll take $100.
Yeah, that'll go a long way, especially in these times. You'll also get access to a free ebook that talks a little bit more in depth about what managed Wi-Fi is, that everyone can read on their own. So it's a nice resource for anybody who's looking to buy that solution for their business or for their organization.
Very nice. And before we go, Eloisa, what are some of the typical questions that tend to bubble up from like the small and medium-sized businesses, like when it comes to these kind of like services, and they think, am I big enough? Is my
it going to be hard? Is
Yeah.
it going to be hard to manage it? And I think that's probably one of the biggest questions. And the solution is so simple to use that we also have resources on our website to help people figure out how to use the technology. Yeah. So
Well, because my Nina says the same
simple.
thing. She was like, I just have my godson come over and like set up the router and everything, but I don't have time to fix this every day. By the way, if you don't set up your router for Nina, you better check yourself, because that's one of your obligations as a good godson. So,
But the great thing is that we also have resources internally that can help customers who do have the solution.
yeah, your customer support staff is phenomenal.
They are.
I'd like to say that like the few times I have had to call them and everything, they've been absolutely out of this world. I mean, they've been really top notch.
Yeah, we also have a staff of sales engineers that work specifically for the enterprise side, and they help to implement solutions for us. So I think we're probably a unique group in that we have these sales engineers that are dedicated to the enterprise side of the house.
Very nice. Okay, now given the fact that this is a webinar, right? Are there a limited number of seats? Because I mean, we want people to register and make time, make sure save the date, as I said. Even though they use that for weddings now that I think about it. Are there a finite number of seats?
Absolutely not. Unlimited.
Nice.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. So we want people to register.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, so Brian, what are the URLs that people should know again?
Sure. So make sure you visit info.docomopacific.com/techtalks. We'll see you on Friday, September 30th from 9 to 10 a.m. tomorrow Standard Time.
Very cool.
Yes,
I love it when people bring up like our time zone.
Oh yes, that's important. yes.
All right, so break a leg in the event. I know you guys are passing out really good information, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, absolutely. Come back anytime. You guys are awesome. And make sure you wear those again.
I will.
Yeah, those are.
I'll put my trainers on next time too.
There you go. Hey, let me know when you guys are coming over, so I'll wear mine too.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll coordinate.
All right, please stay tuned because there is more HotSpot when we return.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
I'm Fiona from Docs Kitty College.
And I'm Kristen from Docs Daycare and Preschool.
And we are so honored to be caring for the children of Guam. The governor's child care programs help businesses like ours to really focus on the kids. These programs also help nonprofits and after-school programs and grandparents and so many families.
Visit www.guamchildcare.com to learn more about the governor's child care programs. This ad is paid for with funds administered by DPHSS.
This year, we're expanding our Decision 2022 platform to include comprehensive coverage of the election in the Northern Marianas. Stay with KUAM News for candidate conversations on Pacific matters, interviews with the gubernatorial teams, coverage of debates and forums, and live coverage on the general election night. We're your news leader, the voice of the Marianas.
Stay on top of breaking news and the biggest stories of the day with NBC News Daily. Get in-depth reporting from across the country and around the world, tips to take care of your health and your wallet, and up-to-the-minute local news. NBC News Daily, weekdays on NBC.
It's news in our native language on the KUAM News Tomorrow News Updates, streaming online on Isla Radio and on the KUAM News YouTube channel. It's part of our ongoing commitment to sustain and perpetuate our language and culture across generations. Tomorrow News Updates are brought to you by your familia at First Hawaiian Bank.
Stay on top of breaking news and the biggest stories of the day with NBC News Daily. Get in-depth reporting from across the country and around the world, tips to take care of your health and your wallet, and up-to-the-minute local news. NBC News Daily, weekdays on NBC.
Watch Mariana's artists, activists, and visionaries and their quest to protect, preserve, and promote our Chamorro culture on the Culture Club, a weekly feature on KUAM News digital platforms and the KUAM News Weekend Edition, brought to you by Tropical Ice.
The Culture Club, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
All right. Hey, you guys caught me on my laptop. Oh, we were setting up our Zoom call because, of course, it is Monday, so that means it's time for Work Week Weather Forecast, where we're bringing our friends from the National Weather Service all the way over there in Tejan. You know what? This weekend, I got to admit, I was making TikToks, but my friend Landon Idlet was keeping his eye and his nose keen to what Mother Nature has going on for us, because we had some kind of funky weather. Yesterday was very, very weird, but really, really raining all day long. And then it got really, really nice. I mean, slightly overcast, a little bit cool, but really good exercise weather. Also, if you're into gardening, I heard it was pretty cool for that kind of thing too. So let us bring Landon in right now in the KUAM News Zoom room. Landon, I'm sure you were doing awesome stuff as an outdoorsman and everything like that, but for what reasons can you say this weekend's weather was, I mean, Friday really, really hot, Saturday really, really hot, and then yesterday kind of a grab bag, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Sunday was a mix of stuff, and we were looking at Sunday being the wet day, with Saturday being not so bad. Unfortunately, that was the case. I was helping my brother move out of his condo to another place. Wow. So the weather was very accommodating on Saturday, but we started seeing the showers start filtering in. Late Saturday, we had a lot of thunderstorms around the area Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and a couple of flash flood warnings were issued from our office for Guam. The CNMI, not so much activity up there on Sunday, but they did get a lot of rain on Saturday. So it's been a kind of a topsy-turvy weekend. And of course, the weather is clearing out quickly this morning. I'm looking at some of the rainfall totals from the weekend, and I'm going to turn my camera around right quick and see what we're looking at. Just about 3/4 of an inch of rainfall fell yesterday on Sunday, and then also on Saturday. And that was mainly Saturday night when that initial burst of weather was coming through. And that was with that tropical disturbance that was pushing through from our east. That is now lifted well to our north and is what is called Tropical Depression 19W. So is that a threat to Guam and the CNMI? Absolutely not. However, anybody on the Iwo Toa Islands, they will have to be watching that. It's going to be making a beeline straight for that Japanese island up there, well to our north, northwest. But that is the tropical depression right there, 19W, the 19th tropical cyclone of the year on the western North Pacific, which we're also following over the weekend, that super typhoon Noru that bulldozed over into the Philippines, that has cleared the Philippines, the northern Philippines, as of this morning, and continues to track across the South China Sea, moving westward toward Vietnam. So that is the big story in the Western Pacific these last couple of days. So we were spared for the most part. A lot of the heaviest showers, they kind of fizzled on approach on Sunday, with the heaviest band of the monsoon action going just to our east and moving northward. And then it dissipated, and then we had another band set up to our west. And that's what we saw earlier this morning and overnight. And now the bulk of the showers is to our west.
Well, Landon, can I ask you to do something real quick? Because I rarely get these kind of opportunities, but since you're giving us a look at at the radar and the projections and historical data and whatnot, can you actually pan over and give us a look at what Hurricane Fiona is doing? Because I know a lot of people are really, really concerned, especially those of us who have family and friends in Florida, as do you.
Well, definitely. I do not have that on the satellite, but let me go to some of my other information over here. I'm going to pull up the Atlantic map, but we are watching Ian. That is the one going up toward Cuba, far western Cuba, and then into the Gulf. And so we are watching that. The Weather Service folks are communicating that very heavily in the southeast states right now. So they are looking at a landfalling hurricane in the coming days later this week. And so that's something of concern for them. They are expecting some rapid intensification once it passes near Cuba and then on into the Gulf, but then some weakening before it makes its landfall into Florida. So that's the good news for them. But we're going to come right back over here to 19W. And again, that is no threat to us. Very weak wind field. It's just a tropical depression. Should be a tropical storm probably later this afternoon once it meets that threshold of 39 miles per hour sustained. And then it shows some gradual intensification as it moves northward into the North Pacific and avoiding Japan. So that's the good news. They just took another hit in southwestern Japan a couple weeks ago. Also, the Korean Peninsula took a hit, and Shanghai took another hit. So we've had a lot of tropical weather in the region, but fortunately, very slow in the Marianas region as well as Western Micronesia. And something I do want to show you while we're on the topic of tropical weather, this was our tropical season in 2020. That was our first of our 3-year La Nina pattern. We're in the 3rd year right now of La Nina. And we always tell people that, most of the activity forms west and northwest of Guam. Guam's right here in the map. Very slow year. Most of the action develops in this blue box. It's a La Nina Genesis box, whereas the El Nino box is farther to the east. So when we think about major typhoons hitting Guam, 2015, also 1997, those were El Nino years. What did that look like? Well, this is 2020. Let's go back to 2015. Boom. Whoa. That was a super busy year. That was a strong El Nino. And you think back, we had Tropical Storm Bobby move through the region. In March 15th of 2015, we had Typhoon Dolphin on May 15th, 2015. U2 was 2018, but that was a weak El Nino year. But Typhoon Pseudolor, that was 2018. Typhoon Pseudolor, that was August of 2015.
Pseudolor, that's the one I was thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, that's ravaged the island of Saipan, but also Tropical Storm Chanhome that wrecked our 4th of July activity here on the islands. So a very busy year in 2015, but what are we looking at so far this year? Well, this is 2022 so far, very slow. It looks very much like 2020, a typical La Nina year with all the activity to our west and northwest. So we've been very fortunate, but will that continue for a 4th year? That's very hard to say, and most indications suggest we may go back towards INSO neutral pattern, possibly even an El Nino. That's still too soon to say.
And Lanny, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Typhoon Pseudolor, like when you said like back in 2015. Is that the one that was so strong that it actually, like your installation up there in Saipan, the winds were actually so fast that it actually knocked out the instruments that are meant to measure wind speed?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Pseudolor. It was one of those. It was either Pseudolor or U2, but it folded down our tower. It was bent, folded down right on the ground. It was incredible to see the damage of that sensor, how it can just topple a steel pole. So that was an eye-opening experience for many people, a benchmark storm for the CNMI. And that's what we have to tell people to plan and communicate. Be ready for this. And again, it's still September, so National Preparedness Month, and I'm going to turn my camera around just to show you a quick look at U2. And that was the storm in all its glory. Oh, there we go. Right there. That was U2 as it was making its approach to Tinian and Saipan. So this is something we do not want to see, but we always have to be prepared for. That was, again, Super Typhoon U2 in 2018.
And that's the one that went right in between, right in that channel, that big gap right between us and Saipan, right?
Yeah, went right between, right over Tinian, grazed southern half of Saipan with peak conditions of that super typhoon. So that's a worst case scenario for us, really, by all indications. But do we expect that this year? Not necessarily, but we always have to be prepared for it. And so we always communicate maximum preparedness, always keep an eye to the sky and watch local weather forecasts, especially for anything that develops across central Micronesia.
Okay, and then real quick again, Landon, because I'm a professional idiot, right? And I think I've asked you this a couple years ago, but is there nothing that science and technology has been able to invent over the years? So when these big, catastrophic grade storms are forming and everything like that, is there nothing that science can do to say, like in the movies, right? Like they say they go out and they ignite like a depth charge or something like at the bottom of it, or can you do something with sound or with with sonar, with radar and anything like that to actually disrupt the storm before it goes in and damages property and threatens life?
Yeah, there's always been speculation about that, like nuclear bombs and stuff, and of course that would cause more problems than not. So we try to stay away from that discussion. There has been research with cloud seeding and weather modification, but when it comes to the broad scale of nature, it's so much more you have to overcome. Man is very small when it comes to the the magnificence of nature. And so the best bet, be prepared. Mitigate your risks to vulnerabilities and potential losses.
Well, you are someone who has dedicated literally your life to studying, the awesome impacts of nature and everything. And sometimes you said, the only thing I can do as a human is just prepare and, let it happen. And then if things go wrong, we'll rebuild.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you have a big event coming up tomorrow. Speaking of building and, and rebuilding and everything, you've been putting together a very, very informative forum that I want to give you a couple minutes and kind of talk about it, because some wonderful information will be disseminated by you and your very talented staff.
Yeah. One thing that we want to do, and we reach out to the community, we are hosting a media workshop tomorrow. And so not just for the media, but also the entities that serve in the Joint Information Center during a tropical cyclone event. We really want to have all of those folks in our office tomorrow to talk about weather terminology, warning processes, weather in general, and how to best communicate these things. Because when it comes to weather forecasts and our text bulletins with tropical cyclones, they can be very long, a lot of paper involved. And so how do you decipher that information? So we want to work with our communicators, because you all in the media and the JIC, y'all are our voice. And so like a three-legged stool, if one of those legs are missing, it topples. And so the media is one leg, Homeland Security is the second leg, and the Weather Service is that third leg. So we are all in this like a tight, close-knit family. Whether you're KUAM or some other news affiliate, we have to work together for that one voice, that one message. And so we're gonna have the media and the JIC entities here in our office. We're gonna talk all about weather communications, see our operations, and really I want that discussion. I want to hear from the media personalities, what are you confused about? What can we better communicate? How can we better communicate? And so it's going to be a two-way conversation. I very much look forward to having this. It's the first one we've had in about almost a decade. So it's going to be a long time coming.
Very nice. I know my staff were really looking forward to participating in that. So we're going to do like a story on that, let everybody know like what comes out of it. But certainly it's going to be nothing but good things, because you guys always cover all your bases.
Well, we hope so. And we want to hear that feedback, the comments, the good stuff and the bad stuff, because that helps shape our communications, our services to the public, because we are public servants and we are here to protect your life and property and help you make the best decisions when nature does whatever nature does.
All right. Well, Landon, again, you're a public servant. You're a very, very good one. So we thank you for your time here serving the public and getting the word out about the weather.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jason, for giving us a voice.
For sure, man. Okay, I'm a public servant too, so I got to tell you guys what is coming up tomorrow for Candidate Conversations, because scheduled to appear more of your potential senatorial candidates, because joining me on the KUAM couch tomorrow will be Ken Leon Guerrero. We only got two tomorrow, all right, and Roy Kanata. So Roy and Ken will be joining me tomorrow representing the Democrat Party and the Republicans, respectively. So make sure to join in, won't you, and let us know your comments, your thoughts, and your feedback for these two Guamanians that are running for public office. All right, that is going to do it for our show today. I'm going to try and catch what's left of the second half, because I know the Niners are traveling to Mile High. They are playing Russell Wilson in his new digs up there as a quarterback for the Denver Broncos. So enjoy lunch, enjoy the game, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.